Hello, but welcome back to another episode of Just Fun. That is a very weird way to say it. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Just Fun, where I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did a lot of different main story things and finished off basically everything we could. And today we're gonna go and, well, outside of job quest. And today we're gonna go and take back Alamico and finish off the base story of Stormblood. And maybe also finish off one of the job quests. But we will have to see. So yes, I do not have the level 70 skills for these next two duties that are level 70. Oh no, it's a disaster. Not so much really. I in any case have high level gear, so that'll be good enough. The skills I get for both Samurai and the other job, Samurai and Red Mage, are not that big. The Red Mage one is a little bit annoying that I don't have it, but it'll be fine. Nothing is gonna make it to the point that I can't beat content, in any case. That is not something I need to worry about. The maximum that is gonna happen right now is I'm just gonna slow things down a little bit. Because I'm missing one of my damaging moves. But even then, I'm good enough at DPSing to point out. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference compared to somebody who, for instance, has not played this job that much. Stand back, crossing a bomb. I'm not standing back. I'm standing right against it. I want to smell the gunpowder, please. Or whatever else of stuff you threw in there. We're all made of bomb stuff. I go and reset my stuff. I like this entire thing of like the walls that they're all just like climbing the walls and destroying them. And we get a Magitech Scorpion. Anybody who has played Final Fantasy VII will recognize this design almost immediately. I've been kind of wondering, has it always been like the Heavensward mid-boss thing that plays during these fights? Either way, I totally forgot to do any form of explaining whatsoever. I think this attack is pretty straightforward. The other one, you'll get reticules underneath you. And they will follow you around, and at some point they will stick, and that's going to become an AoE. And that occasional raid wights. Consistent damage to the tank, like always. No, so this is the one. I'm gonna go this way because the other way is kind of filled. Oh, it actually is around a puddle too. I forgot about that. I was about to say, like, am I? Wait a minute. I'm not main tanking, am I? Let me go with this. I will be able to control it. Right. Greed on everything, because I'm a greedy bugger. For once, seals. for not a lot of reason. But nobody needs to know that. Next set of enemies. Next set of anime. Yeah, one of my biggest struggles in this game is figuring out when a tank is going to move forward and when they're not going to move forward. You never know. I'm going to need to use... No. Also, these AoEs, I think they will damage the enemies too. If I recall correctly. So trying to make the enemies get hit by them is a pretty good idea. Yeah. Big pulls are really nice though. You know, I fucked up at the beginning of my little rotation. Not like it is much of a correct rotation at this level, I don't know, man. Well, definitely not what we want. Definitely not when I'm missing one of the skills. Okay. Can I push it? We're getting obstructed by some random pole. And there we go. Now we get to use the cannon. Here with the next boss, Aulus Malacina. Mana burst. Order to charge. Now it's gonna summon bits. They'll shoot us with AoEs. Which will do this pattern. Which is a really cool looking thing. I don't remember ever seeing it anywhere else. And then this. We are now separated from our bodies. We must now make our way to our... back to our bodies. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. So, this used to be a little bit different. Most of it is, like, honestly the same. But the difference that was here before was that there would be, like, magic claws flying around and knocking you away. Which would make it a real big pain to get back to your body. Because you need to avoid the AoEs and also the claws. Not impossible, just annoying. So I like this change. You won't go no further! I don't think I can hit all of them, honestly. No, I hit all of them, nice. So I can if I aim it properly. I will be disrupted by these magic like laser fields. And I march to victory. I have not played this much ffXIV in a while, I feel. And how do I feel that, you may be asking yourself? Well, I feel it in my left hand. In the form of thing. Well, slight thing. Nothing too bad. Could also just be that I'm employing a bad. Fuck, jeez. A bad. What is it in English? God damn it. A bad posture in my hand. Not my back though, because my chair is pretty nice. I sit relatively straight in my chair, so that is a non-issue. They just shot me with freaking missiles. Let's do Colossus. Colossi. I'm gonna overtake aggro on this thing. No, not good. Tank decided to bonk the Colossus. Yep. It's golf back sensei. Let's get him. So he knows he got this. Out of the storm means an AoE around him, or just the effect of lightning. There. Whenever it says kill, it's gonna be a tank buster. 1, 2. Alright, then he's gonna do this. So the Vein Splitter and his overflows are going to do the same. Then he will tether to somebody, and the tethered person is going to get a conal aimed in his general direction. So if you have the tether, it's actually a pretty good idea to be close by, so you can avoid it. Constant gravity, just great vibe. As we have seen many a time before in this expansion. Then Art of the Sword is going to hit everybody with a line in their direction. So if you stack everybody up on top of each other, they're going to get hit by 4 lines. That's close to 1. And then we have this. He's going to throw his sword around. It's going to also combine different maneuvers. One of them is going to do an AoE around them, and the other one is going to do that. However, the summoner is unaware of this mechanic and decided to join us close next to the thing, which means that everybody got it. And he died. You know, at least he's the only one who died for his mistake. It doesn't matter too much, honestly. Alright, we have not seen the green one, but the green one pushes you away. There we go. And then we have his move. Pathetic. I'm gonna do an LB2 now, because I feel like it. And it wouldn't be a bad idea. There you go. Adios, Xenos. No victory music. Interesting. Very interesting. Good tank. Oh, just roll for these. Whatever. Voice acting of Xenos.
Yes! Yes! Such ferocity. Such tenacity. I am loath to recall how disappointed I was when first we fought. But finally, after bathing in the blood and offal of your enemies, finally you prove yourself worthy prey for the hunt. It fills you even now, doesn't it? The hunger to bite down on my jugular, to feel the warmth fill your mouth and run over even as you drink deep. Good. Good. This is the beast I have longed to face.
Bro, get therapy.
As you sharpen your claws, I too sought newfound strength. But this is no place for a final contest. Come! The heavens shall bear witness to our dance.
Confound it. Go after Xenos, my friend. We shall deal with this.
Welcome to the Royal Menagerie. The King of Ruin built this place for his foreign queen. He kept it filled with familiar creatures from her homeland. They bored me all. This fine specimen, on the other hand, is simply divine. Your fates are entwined, are they not, Icon Slayer? This dragon, this embodiment of unbridled despair, born of a desperate man's burning hatred for the Empire. How raw the raging tempest that churns within its breast. No myth made manifest this, but a being of pure violence. Mayhap you are the true architect of our design. You who fought the very soul of vengeance to the edge and watched him fall. You who let slip the Allegan hound to drive this icon into my arms. Oh my, have I said too much? Forgive me, this sensation is wholly unfamiliar to me. A question, then. and I should like very much for you to speak from the heart. If I were to stand aside, what would you do to this icon?
Kill it.
Ah, as simple as that. But of course, you are the Icon's slayer. Such certainty is to be expected. A pity. There is another alternative. Or there would be. Had you only mastered your abilities. I speak of the Echo, of course. Does it merely render you immune to iconic influence, or is it rather that your influence is far greater than theirs? Granted, these implications are of no moment to a savage who thinks only of killing the beast before him. But when I read Van Belsar's reports, I immediately saw the boundless potential of the Echo. I saw how it could be instrumental in binding an icon to one's will. Hence my research and a resonant, and oh, so much more. All icons must be exterminated without exception. Such was the imperial mandate issued by my great-grandfather, after he saw firsthand the destruction wrought by one such being. They are a blight upon this star, he felt. And so he began his great and just crusade. Ha! 'Twas not justice which spurred his campaign, but fear! Fear of the Icons! Fear of their power! Cowardice made them march forth to battle. Pathetic. Man should fight for the joy of it. To live, to eat, to breed. Lesser beasts snap and howl at one another for this. Only man has the wisdom and the clarity to embrace violence for its own sake. For we who are born into this merciless, meaningless world have but one candle of life to burn. I know you understand this. You and I are one and the same. Together, we could while away the quiet hours as friend and confidant. If you will accept me.
No.
And yet, in doing so, you prove me right. We are warriors. 'Twas plain from the first how this would end. You live for these moments, when all hangs in the balance, when the difference between life and death is but a single stroke. I live for them too! This is who we are, my friend! This is all we are! Alamigo and Doma and Golemol be damned! We tower above the gods! You by your gift, Aye, by my might. And before the resonance, the gods shall be made to kneel. An ending to mark a new beginning.
And with that, we unlock the Royal Menagerie. I, however, will be right back. Well, I'm gonna have to queue up anyway, so I'll be right back. Okay, it only took 16 minutes for one of my static members to arrive, and then I queue up with them and it pops in like a minute or two. So that's cool. Anyway, my favorite piece of content in FF14. Fucking doing a dungeon and then spending the next 20 minutes, maybe, queuing up for a trial that's afterwards. Anyway, this is the Royal Menagerie. It is a really cool fight. The normal fight and the extreme are both very, very, very good. Even I don't remember much from the normal one, so who knows. In any case, know that the extreme one is a very good fight. Yet again, for anybody who, for some kind of reason, is in the middle of this video and has not seen anything else of the last couple of videos, I do not have my level 70 skills yet, because I want to do those after stuff happens. Anyway, Tidal Wave. It will push you and do a heckin' amount of damage from the direction that the water spout is in. And will also leave some puddles behind. So, okay. Down go both of the tanks. Alright. This is a nice start. At least I'm not doing the most amount of damage. Anyway, 11 bolts, which will strike us with lightning and with a little bit of an AoE around us. Akmorn is a tank buster. Multi-hits tank buster of a pretty sizable amount of damage. Becomes much scarier in extreme because why wouldn't it? Right. Judgment bolts just does lightning damage. Do not stand in the water because standing in the water will make it so you take more damage from lightning attacks. But it will lower the amount of damage that a fire attack will do. Anyway, he's off. Roscar. I want to just notice that name. Anyway, Meteor Impact. Time for the ad phase. Well, Shinryu is accumulating ether, which will determine the amount of damage that his attack does. That we will finish after this. Right, the big guys, they act like Twintania, where they have Death Sentence, which is a big hitting tank buster, and also do cleaves in front of them, by flopping their body on the floor. And the smaller rats don't really do that much. At least in this version of the fight. And even in the extreme, I don't remember them doing anything special, honestly. Could be wrong, mind you. I do not know every single thing of every single fight, especially once we started doing the fights blind. Because then I don't really look at any guides whatsoever, so... Alright, Protostar. This is his big hitting move. That is not necessary. At all. Oh well. And then we get Dark Matter. It will chain us, and we get to do an active time maneuver. Which means you gotta spam one or multiple buttons. Multiple buttons is safer. And you gotta break chains. Or you die like that one tank. Maybe grab onto Shinryu. And go up into the sky. Which is still a really awesome piece of thing. Yes. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm a red mage. I could have actually raised one of those tanks earlier. Oh well. It is technically not my job, so. So now he is every now and again going to do a tail attack. And at that moment, his tail will become vulnerable to attacking. And that damage gets transferred towards Shinryu. I think it does even more damage to him though, but I'm not 100% sure once again. Alright, we get Ice Storm, which is just rate-wide damage, together with some chains. Run away from each other with the chains and you just break the chains. You don't have to deal with the damage anymore. Tail yet again. Another Ice Storm. Mind you, every single time that they hit one of these blocks, they are going to start breaking slowly but surely. Not too important, but after a while you will lose your footing. And then he's going to do a big old fist attack in the middle. Aerial Blast. He's going to knock you away periodically. A little by little, and then the final one, the Aerial Blast itself. If you take any damage, which I didn't because I got shield, you would be knocked back pretty far. Summon Icicles. Also the tail. Watch the back for the Icicles and avoid them. Same as with the tail. So it is also still there. God damn it. My cast didn't finish. Ice Storm. And Hypernova, which is a stacking mechanic. However, he's dead, so we don't get to see it. Good fight. I like this fight. But I like the extreme one more. Because it's more chopped. Ah yes, a non-reaction. The best reaction. There we go. And now, story.
Are you all right? Xenos.
The hunter has indeed become the hunted. And yet, there is only joy. Transcendent joy that I have never known. How invigorating, how pure this feeling.
Is that what this was all about? All the meaningless death and destruction, so you could feel something?
Meaningless. Men die that others may live. Those who survive are stronger for it. Not that you could ever understand. to have stood upon this great stage of fools, to have played my part to perfection. Oh, this moment, let it be enshrined in eternity. My heart beating out of time, so clear, so vivid, so real, so real.
Coward!
Stop!
Farewell, my first friend. My enemy.
Where is he?
He's dead. By his own hand.
Then justice has been done.
No. There's no justice in that rabid animal's end.
Liberty or death. That so many should be forced to take up this creed to defeat such madness.
We won. Forget him. The living have need of us now.
Stand tall, Lys. Now is the time to raise a cheer for all who fought for freedom. A cheer loud enough to carry to the highest heavens.
You're right. Thank you. Without you... well, you know. So let's do it together. For Alamigo! In crimson it began, and in crimson it ended. And then we were free. But what is freedom, really? We may be free to live, to love, to grow old, to have dreams and desires, and to strive for them. But in the end, we're defined by the legacy our forefathers bequeathed to us. Even Xenos was once a baby in the cradle, innocent and pure. He was made into a creature that lived only for death, not born one. "20 years of Imperial rule have left Alamigo torn and bleeding. It won't be easy to heal a generation's worth of wounds, to bridge the gap. But I won't give up, Papalimo. I won't. Because I remember the price of freedom. I remember the smoke, and the ashes, and the blood. I remember the screams, and the silence. And I'll do whatever it takes to honor their sacrifice, to build a home for us all. I promise you. This is the end. The end of the Imperial province of Alamigo, and the rebirth of Alamigo, the free nation. Long may she endure.
And with that, we have reached the credits. Let me see though, because wasn't there a thing that I could do to make it go faster? Number 2. Yes. As we also get lyrics to the song. So a lot of people don't really like Stormblood that much. Like, it's not bad, but it's... I was thinking about it earlier too, and the unfortunate thing with Stormblood is that it's kind of like stuck between monsters of freaking expansions. Like, Heavensward is known for being really good. Shadowbreaker is known for being really good. And even further, Endwalker is also really good. So comparatively, Stormblood is a little bit like... a little less strong. But I guess it depends on who you ask. For me personally, I feel like Stormblood also hits some really good things, some really good spots. I still really like the thing is I like this entire game, so I can't like. It is almost, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very difficult for me to say a thing that is negative about FF14. Even though there are negative parts about Final Fantasy XIV, it's not a perfect game. And I think this is a pretty good example of like how it kind of became mediocre for a little bit, and then it just becomes better and better and better. But I, in any case, am very happy. And I really like this story too, compared to the other ones, even still. It establishes a lot of different things, and it's more a story about war than anything else, which is a very interesting little topic. Mind you, we're not fully done yet, since there is still patch content, still like mainly Stormblood content until 5 point, no, not 5 point, until, is it 4.3? In any case, until like the 3rd patch. So we're still gonna have to like do the cleanup after the war, basically. But that's gonna only start after I'm done with a lot more other things. So yet again, this will be the point where we'll finish the main story, and we are going to be heavily focusing on a lot of side content from this point onward, until I've cleaned up most of it. So the first thing we're going to do, just like before, actually, this episode's a little bit different. The thing we're going to do is we're going to finish the job quests, level 70 job quests, which I'm very intrigued about, honestly. And after that, we are going to go through the entirety of Stormblood and complete every side quest, as I have done before. And after we are done with that, then we are onto the either Alliance raids, like the Alliance raid series, or so either the Alliance raid series or something else that I can think of, or Eureka, which will be it'll require some explanation how that works. But yeah, those are the two things. There's also Heaven on High, which is another deep dungeon, very similar to the other place. I don't remember the name of, Palace of the Dead, there we go. I've never in my life entered Heaven on High, so I know absolutely nothing of it. Even though it's not very different, I think, to other deep dungeons. Its pacing is a lot better, I've heard, than Palace of the Dead, because it's only 100 floors as opposed to 200. So yeah, but that's another thing I'll need to arrange so that I have people to go through that with. And then, well, yeah, there's a normal raid series, which I'm not going to spoil what it is, for anybody who does not know it yet. There's the Alliance raid series, which I'm also not going to say anything about, in case of spoilers. There's also, like, the trials, but just like before, I can only start doing the trials after I'm a little bit into the patches. So once we unlock that in the patches, we'll be doing those, is the idea. So, first job quests, then normal quests, and then big quest chains. In the middle, actually no, not in the middle, that's going to be at the end of everything. It's going to be beast tribes and all that jazz. But well, yeah, that's its own little thing. And Eureka is in there too. Eureka will take quite a while, I think. Well, it'll take a while for me, probably, maybe? I don't know what normal progression is like in Eureka, since I've done it a lot. I spent a lot of time in Eureka getting all the relic weapons, so... But that is just about it, I think. In terms of what is on the horizon. There's also extremes at some point, but I want to have a lot of them unlocked before I start doing them, so I can do a lot of them in a row. Because I can technically do them now if I wanted to. So I may do that. I don't know. It totally depends on what I feel. Like, really. It can be done at any point, in all honesty. I'm thinking about after all of the trials are done, then we can go and do that. Once I have all of the extremes unlocked, we can just go and do all of them in a row. Or a lot of them in any case. You barely hear this song, actually. I think it's only in the credits that you hear this song. Like, that you hear the actual lyrics to the song. I've heard some people say that like the end of this is very cheesy and all that jazz, and yes, it kind of is, but I really like it. Really fits. Especially like when what's his face like raises the flag. That is such a good moment. I love that. And then the special song is replaced by Yangsha instead. So I think we've seen all the little title card, like all the little backgrounds and all that jazz, so I'll just skip ahead.
Well, well, well. What a fine mess we've made. All but spent feeding that primal, eh? Well, you won't be making any mischief with that amount of ether. Still, better safe than sorry. There ends your hateful legacy.
Yes, even in Stormblood, Nidhogg is still there. Or well, was in this case, because now he is actually dead. He's actually done for this time. Whew. Anyway, meanwhile in the Evil Empire. I don't remember your voice. Whatever. It's over. My condolences for your loss. Father should not outlive his son. What nonsense. You do not mourn his loss? You surprise me, your radiance. He was your son and heir, an irreplaceable test subject. I know what he was. Monsters are not made for thrones. Nor are stars made to sustain false gods who sup on their very essence. Icons summoned by desperate savages who hearken to the whispers of shadowless charlatans. Should you raise a hand against my black-robed brethren, I will not stop you. My desires are one and the same. Preservation. Restoration. Compression, resurrection, all is in service to your one true God. And when the sundered shards are made whole, will there be a place for us mere mortals? Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will, your radiance. You will come to trust me in time. Until then, mayhap you will find this reassuring. How dare you? We did it with Liberate El Amigo. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to feel about it all. Relief, I suppose. Pride and hope, too. We did it, Father, Ida, Papalimo, Conrad, Mefrid, Infilia. We really did it. Hey, don't feel like you have to stand here listening to me mumble. Everyone else will want to talk to you. You beat him after all. You're the real hero of this story. So run along and take your plaudits. For you to be seen us even after you had harnessed the power of a primal is a testament to your ever-growing strength. Not bitter to have had your vengeance stolen from you by another? There's some small regret perhaps, but that's outweighed by the satisfaction of finding his death. I commend you, Lynn. As should we all. Xenos was a monster and a tyrant, the man who killed my father and countless others of my countrymen. The world is a better place without him in it. I should also praise Master Alfino for his foresight and restraint. Had he not intervened, I might never have had the pleasure of being reunited with Hakuro and his Lupin brothers. It was a timely intervention, full glad am I to not have been burned with the guilt of killing my Lord Hien's most trusted allies. Huh. Indeed, my friend, indeed. Thancred clapping seems so, like, low-key sarcasm. After all we've been through, I really should know better than to worry, but as ever, the relief I felt upon finding you hale and holy. Hale and holy? I don't even have for holy. Hale and whole in the royal menagerie will nigh reduce me to tears. A warrior of light, victorious again. Should be surprised if some small part of you had not come to resent the title and responsibilities which accompany it. You must forgive us if we call you hero when you accomplish heroic feats. But as a warrior of light goes, so goes the world. You should take pride in the good you have done, and in the good you have inspired others to do. You're a natural-born leader of men, then. All these people weren't just following their commanders, they were following you. And you led them to victory, to freedom. Alas, not everyone could see the journey through to its end. But history shall remember them, and the glorious future they made possible. Hello, Managa. Can you believe it? We won! We beat the bastards! Al amigo! Al amigo! Sorry, I got a bit carried away there, didn't I? It's hard not to, you know? We owe it to the friends we buried to shout and scream and cheer with all our hearts. I want them to know it wasn't for nothing. That it's finally over and that they can rest in peace. You hear that, lads? We'll be alright. We'll be... Oh, bugger, not again. I'm so bleeding happy I could cry. I mean, you have been crying for most of the time. Hello. The hero of the hour. Suppose we'll have to add Liberator to your titles. With our commander fallen, the remainder of the 12th chose to surrender to our forces. After 20 long years, it's official. The occupation is ended. When that hard work starts, where the people have had their fill of kings, there's no clear consensus on what sort of government they would prefer instead. Indeed, Father, momentous as this achievement may be, the road which lies before us is no less uncertain than the one we have walked. Aye, aye. Yet, if we can overcome 2 decades of oppression, I've no doubt we can find a way forward. Thank you, Lynn, for helping to make this dream a reality. And back to this. Finish your rounds? Great. In that case, I'd like you to come with me, back to Rolger's Reach. Not for a rematch or anything, sadly. I want to call on Science together. I'll explain later. I don't even know where to begin. Ah yes, an Ether Curse. Nice. Very good. Very good.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we? I can't thank you enough. There's something I need to say to you all. That is, if you have a moment.
I mean, the episodes are running long, you know. Me thinking I could squeeze in a job quest. You fool.
Good. You're all here. Good. Good. Thank you doesn't really suffice, does it? I'm grateful. Truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. But I know you didn't fight so hard just to hear me or anyone else say that. You fought because you wanted to help, because you believed it was right. Because you're scions. Now, I'm obviously a scion, but as Conrad left me in charge of things here, I also have responsibilities to Alamigo. When I put it like that, though, I realized I couldn't even pretend to be impartial anymore. So it seemed best to make it official. As long as I serve Alamigo, I can't be a scion. It might be selfish and short-sighted, but that's my decision.
Am I to understand that you summoned us all, some of us still nursing wounds, to hear this?
Oh, I didn't,
Forgive me, Lise. 'Twas but a jest. But this I say with the utmost sincerity. Scion or no, we are comrades, now and ever after. Is that not so? There you have it. Come what may, you may count on us in your hour of need. We shall never refuse you.
Stola. Oh, gods. I swore I wouldn't cry.
I forgot about this. Oh. Pufferfish noise.
Come back here, you slippery little devil. Ah, to think fishing could be so difficult.
Yes, you would be correct.
What greater proof of a man's lingering mortality than an empty belly? A fate worse than death. Fie on it. To have arrived at the appointed place and time only to survive by mere force of habit. Truly, the Kami are not finished with us yet. Oh, capricious fortune. How you test me with this wretched soul.
Yep, they're both still alive. On an island in the middle of fucking nowhere. Thumbs up. Is there more? Yes, there's more. Okay. Oh, this. Oh, this. I don't think this is voice acted. It usually isn't, like the post-credit scenes. This is indeed the work of either Shiryu or Omega. And since there is undoubtedly something down there radiating a massive amount of energy, which cannot very well be the late Vice Versa Lab Dragon, yes, I think we have our suspect. Well, this is a mess of our own making, so it falls to us to clean it up. It won't be easy, but is it ever? And that comes the part where you say you've got no choice but to divert company resources and employees to this pet project of yours. Lost profits and belligerent clients be damned. Financial considerations notwithstanding, you have to admit there is an unquantifiable benefit in giving our people the opportunity to study such advanced technology. Oh, is that before or after you blow it up or steal it away? Fine, fine, but the moment I judge this little venture an unsustainable risk to the ironworks, I'm ending it. Savvy? And to keep you honest, using my authority as deputy president, I've gone ahead and brought in a consultant. Imagine a master engineer and mechanical genius. You didn't. Come now, you mustn't build their expressions too high. It'll be less dramatic when I surpass them. Oh no. Absolutely not. This is not happening. Nerotolskava, eager to begin his first day as a loyal member of the Ironworks team. Looking forward to working with you, Garland. Just... Well, that's happening. Well, way in the future for the recording's sake. So fell the hunter, but what of the hound? So rose the children, but what of the father? Oh my goodness gracious, yes. Anyway, we have that stuff, finally. Finally use that. Well, kind of finally, because like it was so long. Anyway, my friends, with that, we have finished Stormblood, and also this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. Nice. And next episode we're going to go and finish off, or well, in any case, start finishing off all of the job quests of Stormblood. So, more climactic endings to stories ahead. Goodbye.